Alrighty, Roo, and cuckoo choo to you and all my nobodies not watching out there. Back on this, I had to stop kind of in the middle, because couldn't be logging, thank you, because of stuff. I'm gonna look at pictures real quick just to see what new thing what's new. Nothing looks new. These all look the same. Oh, nope, nope, there's more poems, and then the moment inside the room, and the chocolate moment, which is pretty sweet. Then there's some secrets, then there's some backgrounds, and sketches, which I haven't unlocked, and promo stuff. Cool. Back to the game. I don't know if it's going to load. This game is not suitable for children, or those who are easily disturbed. Again, I fit both of those, and I do want to say I got a somebody actually left a comment saying just that this game still terrifies them years after playing it, and it's like, I know that this is gonna get dark and it's gonna get messed up. That's about the spoiler I have. I have a concept of the world, but I've tried to avoid it, and there's not much I can do about it. No, don't go back. Can we? No, we're not gonna. No, no, no. We're gonna. That's not. We're gonna go to here. Here. Yes. There we go. That's where I was. And it was just like, oh wow, okay. This is, like, I don't, like, it's all my nobody's not watching out there. It's like, I don't even know who this person is. They just, I'm like, I know this is gonna turn poor at some point. I know that. I'm prepared for it, but they do sucker you in really good, and I am on that hook. I am caught. I'm like, I'm enjoying it. Like, I like Yuri. I like all these characters. I don't like how Monica was like, hey, we're all gonna do this, but honestly, that's like the worst she's really done. I'm not a fan of the Sundari pint size. Just, I'm gonna elbow you. It's just a joke, bro. It's just a prank. Not super cool with that. But it's a game, and I get that. But I'm drawn into liking the characters. They've done a very good job at that. And I know that it's gonna turn poorly, and the person who left the comment didn't explain. Didn't. I'm glad they didn't. But the fact that it was said was just like, I'm in danger. Like, I'm scared. Like, there's not much I can do about it except for not play, and I want to. It's just a game, but they've done such a great job investing me in it that I both want to just leave it this way and also keep playing. And before I continue on, there's another experience in my life that I've had that parallels this. Just real quick, there's a movie called Chasing Amy. It's a Kevin Smith film, if I recall correctly. I'm a big fan of Kevin Smith. This is not one of his more popular films, I don't believe, because it's, spoiler alert for that, it's hard to find. You might be able to find it, but it's not. The point I want to make, I'm not going to go into it. The point I want to make is I really enjoyed the film and thought it was really cool but I think outside the box and think of different solutions and don't like the inherent sucky human jealousy of and and rules and the way things are done and how people are insecure and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that I'm not that and can't. Like, I still do those things, sadly. I work past them and I may not now, but it's human. This movie, I wanted to just be like, this movie, I'm a headcanon, this is when it stops. Because then you get your closer to classic happy ending, and that's the only way I'm gonna go into the furtherness of spoiling that movie. Just I wanted to take the disc, know exactly where it stopped being that it where to stop it, and just ruin the rest of that part of that disc. Even though that's not the full story, that's not what the director intended. That's not what the writer wanted. That's not it. That's not what the actors did. Blah blah blah. That was then. And I know that's. I could stop. I could quit. I could just leave it where it's like things are pretty cool. I could probably play it a little bit more before things start to get really messed up. I'm confident it's just going to be like, okay, now bad stuff's happening, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. And that's what I'm here for. I was here for that sooner. I played Stanley Parable, and it took forever to get really any even invested. The other one, I was worried about stuff when I didn't need to be, and then it just didn't have the same. This, I'm invested. I care. And I think that's the real problem. That's why it's going to hurt. That's why it's going to be distressing. That's why the warning exists. I hope I'm going to be able to finish this game. I'm not positive I will. That's me being honest about how worried I am about its effect. Because if they're taking this much effort to draw you in, and I am drawn in, and I'm seeing the little cracks and I'm seeing the little weirdness, when it does get to that part where the bulk, which is the basic purpose of the game, it's probably going to be really bad. And I just don't know how much I'll be able to do. Maybe I'll take a break and come back to it later. There's other games and stuff that I have, but maybe I'll push through. I don't know. I really don't know how long it goes on. I thought it would happen sooner than this. They are really dragging it out, and I'm dragging it out too, not because I'm trying to avoid it, but because I talk too much and commentaries the whole thing. But I do like the characters, each of them. They all have their own things that I like. Even if I do not like Monica for the whole thing about the performance, you still like all the characters, and it's not just because they're hot anime girls, 2D waifus. It's because they all have, like, personalities. Just Monica seems to have the least, but that's because I have the least experience with her. It makes you make choices. Things have their own. It's weirdly real and visceral, despite the very unreal of it. It's like, no, I've never been like part of a club where it's like, wow, I'm the only guy here and all of you are hot girls. Cool. Like, no, that's everybody likes me. That no, it's got its own fantasy fulfillment thing going on, obviously, but I am worried that when it gets bad, it's gonna be too much. But I don't think like if it is, I'll stop. I'll just But I'm worried that that's the case. Like I don't want to. It's just a game, man. This isn't real. 2D drawings. That's it. It's not real. But am I attached to this Yuri character who's sweating, and now I've got to deal with Sayori, and that's where I'm at? Yeah, I'm invested, and that's what the game wants, and that they took so much time and effort, and that they have done so well, even though I knew coming in that it was gonna get bad. I'm still here. That says a lot about the quality of the game, about the people who made it, about the mindset of every. I mean, that's like, it's impressive, but just felt like I needed to get that off my chest. Acknowledge that I surprisingly got a comment on one of my videos, and that the person said something that wasn't spoilery, just like, oh wow, and that they weren't spoiling, and that they just being honest, that they were terrified. The game terrifies them years after. I was like, damn it. That's like, I knew it was going to be bad. I know it's going to be bad. I haven't gotten there, but wow, you know? So I guess we'll just keep moving forward, because that's the thing. And I'm just sort of admitting my fallibility, my humanness, in a less than funny way. Like I did at the beginning, like, oh, why am I playing this game? This is dumb. Like, I obviously have trauma, and why would I continue to do this? It's like, why would I even start? Because it's an experience, and it's not real. It's just a game. But I am invested. So that's the that's the paradoxical thing I'm dealing with here. So moving on. Yuri says, Sayori? And I say, eh. Ah. Hi. And I think I said that I was going to make it so that Yuri was calling me Tech, and Sayori was going to call me Technique, but I think I'm going to keep it at Tech right now on both parts. Hi, Tech. Sayori, just now, we weren't... It's okay, Tech. I just stopped by to say hi. Um, well, it's nice to see you. I really hope this whole silence thing is, like, not due to me or something I've done. It does that sometimes, and it's like I'm starting, and it's like there was music and sound, and now it's not here, and I don't like silence. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. Well, but we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Siri beams. Yeah, yeah. So it's like yours running like she's almost a little afraid, but she's kind of super anxious. I don't know. I'll see you tomorrow. Wow, she is clearly embarrassed. Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought. Oh, there's the music again. Thank you. Oof. I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. See, that's fine. Like, I didn't want her to be alone. I didn't like how things turned out that way, and I'm glad, actually. Like, even if it kind of made Sayori, or made Yuri run away, it's better. Like, I don't want Sayori to be unhealthy like that. So I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri. Okay, that could be taken in a lot of ways. You could take that dirty or not. Like, even Yuri wasn't sure I was having fun until I made it very clear. And some weird shit happened where I'm like, normally I would tell you as my bestie, it's like, this girl, like, You know, I cut myself for no fucking reason on a knife. That was here, right? That was today. Did she bring the knife with her? Was I at her house? No, I think she brought it to my house. And I was just like, oh, wow, that's super incredible. I was just, you test the sharpness of the knife by poking it against your finger, and it's like, and I am bleeding now. Like, she's like, oh, yeah, no, that totally can cut through skin like paper. It's like, okay. That's very distressing. Like, you're just gonna be like, that's how it works. It's like, but no one made me do that. I chose to do that. I mean, I didn't choose to, but the game sort of chose it for me in a way that I'm like, well, that's what my character does, I guess. And then she kind of like drank my blood, which is a little strange, at the very least to say. Like, I support people in their whatever their things are, as long as they're not hurting anyone. It's just, it went from being like, here's some chocolate I'm feeding you. Oh, you suddenly realize that's what's happening. Awkward. To, I accidentally cut myself with one of your blades that you brought that is insanely sharp. And you can't seem to help yourself, but almost like a vampire. Fucking, like, you can't stop yourself. And then I, like, got all extra weird and awkward by being like, now I'm sucking your finger, because that makes us equal, right? Now it's not weird. It's like, that just sounds like I don't understand the situation. My character doesn't. And how close you got to her, it makes me really happy. It makes me really happy. There's that tear in your eye, though. I can see home. That you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. See, yeah, that doesn't sound super healthy or great right now. It sounds like you're saying good words, but nah. Tears start to fall down. See, yeah. Down Sayori's eyes. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Ted? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? Again, you chose this. You brought me into this thing, and maybe it's one of those cases where it's like, oh, you don't realize what you have or want or whatever till suddenly it's a risk to lose, or I don't know. Kind of weirded out by the cloud formations in the upper left corner. They look like two rings with something going through them in the middle. That's freaking weird. It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Tech. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. It's like, oh my god, you were like such a good person, but like that's not the right way to deal with this, you know? Not wasting my sympathy. I care about you and have every reason to. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. I don't think you are. You're being human. I just don't want you to be so distraught and mentally distressed by my making, active effort to, choose Yuri as a possible potential, like, it's supposed to be like a dating game-ish thing. It's like, it's not like I have the ability to just, everyone's in my harem, That's not what this is about. That's not an option. And even if it was, I don't know that that's the answer that anybody would like. and or even if everybody else liked it, I don't know that I would want that. But I do care about you and want you to be healthy and happy and good, and it makes me sad that this is happening. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori. What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. And that is super wholesome and sweet. And it's a very nice speech, but you don't get to choose, my guy. My literal guy, my avatar guy. Like, you don't get to choose. But Sayori looks away. I put my hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Tak. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Real talk, I'm pretty sure that was always the case, because I think I'm kind of a dunce. And I don't really get that. And I've always seen you as sort of a little sister, sort of, you know, childhood friend type. And your airheadedness and dedication to others and just general sunny disposition made me think that that's who you always were all the time. And that a lot of times it seems that maybe that's something that I bring out in you. And I was unaware of that till just very recently, which changes things and makes me worry for you more. And if I'd known that sooner, it probably would have affected my choices more. But here we are. Sayori. It's true, isn't it? See, now you're just, okay, we're just gonna do it now. We're gonna twist the knife. I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. I did just say that. But it's not that you were weak. I think you always had these feelings and you just never really displayed them in a way that I would understand because my character is an idiot. And I can't do much about that. Like, I'm an idiot. Like, I have similar inabilities to comprehend stuff sometimes. But I also don't have a harem of beautiful women. Just, you know. That's not a thing that's happening at this moment in my life by any means. But Tak, I like you so much that I want to die. Don't say that. That's not healthy. That's all sorts of concerning. That's how I feel. Not a good confession. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. You gotta be careful what you say, guy. I don't want you to hurt anymore. Could be interpreted by this unstable young woman in a lot of ways, man. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Well, I don't feel like that's a proper thing to say. That's very mansplaining. Do you still believe me? It's like, I see that you're trying your best, dude, but it's like, I don't feel like anybody ever truly knows what's best for everyone at any time, anywhere, in any way. People are complicated. Things are complicated. You don't know all the factors. Even when you're good at predicting things, and even when you are good at understanding people, even when you know them forever. Even when you do actually know what's best for somebody, doesn't mean you know what's best for them all the time. Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. Okay, there's so many things that in my head popped up, and I'm like, do we want to take this seriously? Do we want to make jokes? Because this is hard to deal with seriousness, but I think I'm just going to move forward. And that's what I'm going to give you. Okay, you're making it very hard to not dick around with the possible answers related to this particular question, query, mystery box thing. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and save here because I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna go through this game and be like, I choose. They give you you have 6 pages of save files. That's a lot. So, but I don't want to hurt her, and I don't want to mislead her, and I don't want to hurt Yuri. I spent all this time and effort for Yuri and directed at Yuri. And I do love her, but I don't know if my character, the way I feel love is going to, that's translated the same way as what's being said here. I think you'll always be my dearest friend is what I'm gonna have to do, and I'm pretty confident I'm not gonna be happy with the result of it, but it's just a game, and I can't make everybody happy. So, you'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. Don't really like any of that. Very mansplaining, but okay. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. But the thing, no, you can't do that. They're already beyond that point. Her emotions have grown and expanded as a result of you joining the club. You can't go back to that. You'd have to quit the club, ignore everybody else, and go back to being a future NEET. And that still wouldn't make her happy because she wouldn't forget, even if you did. She would hold herself accountable and be sad because she's that type of person. Even if she kind of got what she wanted, and things did go back to exactly the way they were. It wouldn't because she wouldn't go back. Things are different. That's just all there is to. You know, like, what was it? Pineapple Express and what's his name? Forget. Not Seth Rogen, but the other guy. It's just like Pandora doesn't go back into the box. She just comes out. It's like, what? I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? Jesus fucking. Alright, that's where we're going. I just feel like there wasn't a better option. I feel like if I'd said I love you and just abandoned the Yuri line of of outcomes, like trying to think of it like Detroit Becomes Human, like each choice